love believes all things. That's what we're told in 1 Corinthians chapter 13 and verse 7. This correlates with verse 5, where it says, love thinketh no evil. Thinking evil is a negative aspect of it, and believing all things is a positive aspect of it. And what we're talking about here is evaluating the behavior of other people. So when somebody does something wrong and we think evil, that's what we call negative interpretation. That is, that when there is a doubt, we're not sure what their motives are, we assume their motives are evil. They're up to something no good. And love doesn't go there. Love thinketh no evil. That's what we're told in verse 5. Now in verse 7, it's saying love believes all things. That is, love puts a positive spin on it. So when their motives are in doubt, we assume they have good motives. That's what love does. It is giving the benefit of the doubt. One of the biggest indicators of divorce, that a divorce is coming, is negative interpretation. And that is when one of the spouses is always suspecting the other spouse of having bad motives, there's probably a divorce coming down the road. And now we see why. Because love thinketh no evil, love believeth all things. And when negative interpretation is going on, that's not love. And so that marriage is in trouble. It doesn't necessarily have to be a marriage. It can be a friendship. Maybe you and your best friend used to be very, very close, but recently in the last few months or last few weeks, you started suspecting that she is up to no good. Okay. You don't believe all things. You do think evil. You are very suspicious of the motives of this friend that you've had for quite a while. Well, she's probably, or he probably, is not going to be your best friend for much longer. Same thing in an employee-employer relationship. If the boss starts thinking evil, if the boss stops believing all things, if the boss starts embracing negative interpretation, not giving you the benefit of the doubt, you're probably not going to work there for a long period in the future. So this love relationship that we want to have with other people, of course, some people are up to no good, and some people are not trustworthy. So do we not love that person? Well, we may love that person, but when we are suspicious of their activity, that suspicion that we have is not coming from love. And it might be justified, and it might be the right thing to do. If somebody is stealing from you and you become suspicious of that, you're going to have to take some action. If somebody is abusing you, and there are people in abusive relationships, there are times that we have to be suspicious. But as a general rule, we want to give people the benefit of the doubt until they prove that they are not worth the benefit of the doubt, or that they do not merit the benefit of the doubt, that they prove to us that they do have bad motives. And then we need to take steps on how to deal with that relationship. Sometimes it is to terminate the relationship completely, like if it's a friend from church that is a very toxic person, and so we're going to have to stop calling them and stop interacting with them. If it is a spouse in an abusive marriage, there may have to be a separation. There might be a requirement of telling the person that they have to get into therapy with you. Their boundaries need to be set up and enforced. So there are times that we have to recognize that the person is having bad motives, but that's not how we should start out a relationship or a friendship. We should give somebody the benefit of the doubt until they prove otherwise.